There's a moment, perhaps this one, when you notice that life arranges itself in layers. Each layer carries information to the next, like a series of harmonics in one great chord. Robert Dilts called them logical levels. Mystics call them octaves of being. Either way, moving through them teaches the same thing, coherence. Level 1, the environment, the stage of resonance. Every space hums at its own frequency. When you tidy, light a candle, step into sunlight, or breathe mountain air, the body tunes to a wider bandwidth. Notice how clarity often begins not in the mind, but in the room. Change the field outside, opens the field inside. The spiritual lesson, the sacred, it's not elsewhere. It's acoustics. Level 2, the behaviour, the dance of frequency. What you do is the language your energy speaks. Walking, writing, praying, laughing. Each behaviour, it's a waveform broadcast to the world. Repeat one often enough, and it carves neural and spiritual grooves. If you want to raise vibration, move as though you already live there. Action is condensed intention. Each gesture is a tiny prayer in motion. Level 3, capabilities. The instruments of perception. Skills, the ways consciousness learns to sculpt reality. Meditation, empathy, pattern recognition. Listening to subtle hunches. These are training the receiver. The more channels you open, the clearer the signal of intuition becomes. Your gifts don't appear from nowhere. They tune in when the noise subsides. Every practice is a calibration device for awareness. Level 4, beliefs and values. The filters of light. Beliefs decide which frequency you allow through. Say to yourself, I'm not intuitive, and the aperture closes. Say, I'm learning to notice, and the light doubles. Values determine why you'll use the light when you see it. Align them with service, and intuition becomes guidance rather than glamour. Beliefs bend photons of possibility. Level 5, the identity, the shape of the mirror. I am. They're the most creative words in any language. They set the geometry of your field. The moment you shift from I seek messages to I'm a messenger, the entire ladder rephases. Identity, it's not ego. It's the harmonic centre from which the rest finds pitch. You're not the reflection. You're the surface that allows it. Level 6, purpose, the field behind the mirror. Purpose is the tone beneath all others, the silent drum that everything else follows. It's less about what you do, and more about what moves through you when you do it. When you feel it, separation collapses. The listener, the message, and the music, they're one vibration. The universe experiences itself through the coherence you maintain. So how do you use the levels? Diagnose the misalignment. If frustration lives in your behaviour, check the belief. If doubt lives in the belief, check your identity. If fatigue lives in the environment, check the purpose. Move upward for meaning, downward for embodiment. Ask for what higher purpose to rise. Ask, what simple action expresses this now to ground. Link every layer. A value that inspires an action becomes a virtue. An identity that guides behaviour becomes destiny. As you climb, you'll notice it's not really a ladder at all, but a spiral. Each turn revisits the same truth at a subtler octave. When the spiral aligns, intuition sharpens, coincidences multiply, and psychic activation feels less like magic and more like clear perception. Ignore alignment, and life grows noisy. Signals mix. Fatigue increases. Meaning fragments. Coherence restores power. Science calls it resonance. Spirituality calls it grace. Language calls it alignment. All meaning the same thing, energy flowing without friction. Take a breath. Let these ideas settle anywhere they wish. Body, heart, or the quiet behind your thoughts. You might find understanding appears, not as a thought, but as a sense of rightness. That's the system sinking. You now have the structure Dilts gave the world, illuminated through the language of spirit. Use it like a tuning fork. Touch it to any aspect of your life, feel where it hums true, adjust where it buzzes off key. And as you do, remember, there was never really a hierarchy here, only harmony finding itself.